Welcome to HeroQuest fans. Welcome to Saturday's stream. We are live on twitch.tv/HeroQuest fans. If you're watching on YouTube, it's a replay. Thanks for your support either way. And before we get started on our Jungles of Delthrak game, we've got to address the Oliphant in the room, I think. Because you had this recent leak. I consider it a leak. An alleged leak of two of the Wizards of Morcar miniatures. And it was posted actually pretty early in the day. I mean, it's about 7 p.m., 10 after 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And it was like in the morning hours someone posted this from Facebook. So I guess it's been around for maybe all day long. But welcome to our heroes. If you're wanting to join us, feel free to jump into HeroQuest Fans Discord. Join the voice channel Quest Talk if you want to control a hero. And if you want to lurk in the Twitch chat, that's fine. You can help the heroes or the villains out with your channel points, your gold coins as we play. But first, let's get a little talking in here. So we've got Bohemius and we got Jacer. Welcome, guys. So my question is, and sorry, I'm actually finishing up some food here as you talk. Have you seen the leak, and what were your thoughts on it? Silly question, I know.
Oh yeah, I'm one of the guy analyze the picture all day.
All right, I'm gonna post it up.
Yeah,
if you don't want to see spoilers, close your eyes. All right. So this image was posted in Yieldin.com forums by Hispazargon, and I forget who posted first in HeroQuest Fans Discord. Was it Merlin? I thought it was Merlin. But
yeah.
several people
Originally was Hispazargon in the. I'm not watching the forum, but I was watching the Discord, and there Hispazargon put the photo.
Because it seemed like kind of out of nowhere, people started talking about AliExpress like a couple weeks ago. And it was like, oh man, AliExpress, get everything on AliExpress, whoa! You know, I hadn't even thought about the sites probably since it came online first. I mean, anytime I've tried to look for anything cool on there, I've never found anything. So, I don't know. People are just like trolling it all day long looking for stuff. But I always got the impression it was like Temu. I mean, the stuff is like questionable quality, questionable legality. It's cheap though. I mean, even with tariffs. But yeah, this image, I wanted to be very skeptical. I just threw up a quick video talking about it with my hot take. But I mean, already you guys were posting stuff like as I was making it, saying stuff like, "Oh, that figure on the far left looks like the same pose as the wizard from the card, like from the character board from the original HeroQuest, except the cape billowing to the side is kind of more like the miniature." But that sort of corresponds with Doug's, focus on getting the designs more like classic designs, even though they're brand new, like the pose of the First Light Elf, and wanting to make the dragon kind of look like the gargoyle, the monopose.
Yeah. Well, which miniature you want to analyze first?
Let's talk about the wizard.
Well, the wizard was, I was skeptic at the beginning, okay, because he's lacking a little bit of the details, and yeah, but after I saw the scout, okay, he actually confirms that the other one is legit. Okay, but if you go and check exactly the wizard, you can see the staff. Okay, is exactly like the classic one.
Yeah.
The pose is like the original artwork in the character card. more or less. Okay, but it is like a mix between that one. Okay, because they have this particularly the same stuff, but the pose is more the one of the Ashlab campaign.
Yeah, let's take a look at the Discord. I think it'd be easiest. I didn't do a lot of fancy stuff with like comparing images. I can imagine somebody like Ash doing a video on this like a week from now, and it's just like super comparison, zoomed in and all that stuff. But of course, by then the real thing will be out, probably. Guessing.
The best picture you can get for the wizard is posted by Berg.
Berg, yeah, he's good at analyzing.
Yes. I'm working with a phone. He works with a computer for sure.
Yeah,
he's better than me.
Okay, so this is the rumor mill area. So this is if you're hiding spoilers like Jacer is. Poor Jacer. Sorry, Jacer. You're not seeing all this, but that image that you see right there, you guys can see that, the female wizard on the screen. This is what the card looked like from the HasLab campaign. So that character has not been released since 2021. I was disappointed in that figure because I thought, it kind of just looks like they took the male wizard and just kind of tweaked the properties a little bit to make it look female. It just was kind of boring. Like, they didn't take any risks to make it look more interesting or like it could be a different character. I sort of get the idea. It's like, okay, it's what if the wizard was a woman? Like, this is what he would look like, or vice versa. But rather than just saying, oh, there's a male wizard here, and then here's another wizard who happens to be female, maybe dressed differently. But it's not bad. It's just I thought it was a wasted opportunity. You could have done something more interesting. But there's what the classic wizard looks like. So notice his cape is just, it's not dynamic or anything with the wind. But the plastic figure has it like out to the side, if I remember correctly. It's a little more animated, so to speak. But notice his staff doesn't have the big crescent on the top. See, just like with the elf, with the First Light elf, I immediately thought of the way the figure works. He's got the hand out to the side and the sword out to the side. I'm like, that looks nothing like it. But the two-handed grip, that's how the male elf looks on the character board, that you have at your spot when you're playing as the elf. So it's like, okay, that would be following that sort of same convention. Okay, so Verg posted this image. Looks like it's been cleaned up a little bit. You still don't get a ton of detail. That little stuff on the side, that's just from the figure next to it. And that little bit looks like a piece of sprue that was not completely cut off.
That actually add authenticity. The little part of the sprue.
Now, if somebody was faking this, yes, they could just have created their own figure and just like added that as a realism detail. But I don't think it's fake. I personally think it's real. I had a suspicion, well, maybe these are just like talisman figures that have been mislabeled. But I looked at all the talisman figures, and there are none of them that look anything close to this. And then, the Frozen Horror Scout, the female scout, she's got the sword upraised.
Yeah,
just a masculine version.
Focus on the legs and the boots and the armor that cover the knee. You see, it's exactly the same shape.
The shield's been flipped around.
It's the pose and the armor of the top part of the body is different, but the legs practically are identical. Look, even just the void created by the miniature practically have the same shape.
Yeah, I don't have one at hand to just grab and compare. Actually, maybe I do.
Yeah, it also looks like the knight pose too.
The knight with the upraised sword. Yeah. I'm looking at the hilts. The hilt of the male figure is a little more elaborate. Different. It looks like the Kurgan sword, actually.
The part in top is completely different. Yeah. But the legs are the same. So the same laced boots, the same diamond shape with the same rim. This, I don't know, it's called the part of the boots they use around the calf. It's
almost like it's a gator or a spat or something.
Yeah, even the rim over the foot is the same. So it's exactly the same.
Like,
Even the pose, you see
like they took the same model and they started working with it, but they did more than
yeah,
just
they
like
just changed the top.
shrink the chest and bulk out the thighs. Like they actually did more with it. So I'm looking at my own copy of the female scout, and her sword does have the crossguard is like a kind of a curve. It does like there's two layers of it, but the one in this picture, I mean, it's the top parts are like sticking out. They're like little pokey bits. It makes me think of again the Highlander sword, the Kurgan sword with the daggers that shoot out, and the blade is more smooth in this one, like a pointy diamond, as opposed to the female one has like a tapering blade, like in the middle.
Yes. Well, they made enough work to make it look different. Okay,
It
so
reminds
the
you of it,
yeah.
but it's the
Mhm.
more you look closely, you see new details, and I like that.
Yeah, but since like they are mercenary, they look like almost soldier. They to have parts of the armor that are the same. If you look at all the other mercenary, all have the same boots, all have the same knee pads.
Yeah, yeah. I guess when I think of mercenaries, I sort of get this idea that they're, I don't know, like bikers or barbarians. They just have like random pieces of armor just bolted on, and they just like homeless guys with swords. But actually, that's not a very historical thought. I mean, these were like professional soldiers that are retired or they're off duty, or maybe they're in exile, or maybe it's just like, hey, this lord is going to loan you some troops to do stuff. I mean, they have good gear, they have good quality
Yeah,
gear, they're
but
well trained.
in the old the old mercenaries from the
Warhammer.
90s, the one from
Oh yeah.
Frozen Horror and Wizard of Morcar,
Hmm.
they all have the same uniform. They all have the
Yes.
same armor because they are like imperial soldiers.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. 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 I think I called them
same
Bretonnian, but
stuff.
I guess the Empire and Bretonia were different in the old world, right? They were separate.
Yeah, they have a different style of armor.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not enough of a Warhammer nerd to pick up on that, but I get what you mean.
Well,
The plastics were like everything was the same except the hands holding the weapon were like a bolt-on piece that was separate that you could swap out. So you could say he's a scout because he's holding a sword and a shield. He's a swordsman because he got the two-handed sword. Whereas Avalon Hill
you
decided all new sculpts, and they made half of them women, half of them men. Right?
you can see in like in Battle Master, all the Battle Master footmen are like imperial, and they have all this plume in their in top of their head. Okay, and there
Yep.
is like a signal. Well, the Bretonian footman doesn't have like that kind of decoration on the helmet. It's more flat.
Like kind of a cross
The,
between like 19th century. I'm going to say it wrong. Cuirassiers, um,
Mhm.
cavalry, or like Swiss Guard, like Vatican City, like honor guard kind of thing. Like that's what I think of when I
Yeah,
look at the old design. And here
and
they've
also
gone
you,
with more of
sorry.
like the Guardian Knight. I mean, they've got like scale armor, they've got no helmets, they've got like that
Yes, but
lion
they
imagery.
had to redesign
Oh yeah,
for HeroQuest. Okay, but they had to keep the idea that they come from the same like group of soldiers
yeah. So
with the
instead of
same
coming
gear.
from the Empire, they come from the realm. They're ordered by the king,
Yeah,
or they're loyal to the king's friends instead of yeah. It's interesting because the heroes in HeroQuest are kind of like heroes for hire as well, and yet the lore of it is okay. When you become a champion, you draw other people to yourself, like other people who believe in the cause, and yet they still expect to be paid in gold. So the king is paying you, or the empire is paying you, and you're paying these guys. But I suppose professional soldiers get paid. I mean, they don't fight for free. Even if you're drafted, you get paid. So, kind of makes sense. All right. So we've been kind of talking a lot. Jacer, what thoughts do you have about this? Anything more needs to be said? I mean, do you like these designs? Do you think this is disappointing or exciting? Or
I don't think it's too bad, but I also, like I said, I don't know, exactly where it's going to fit in and how it fits in, but it's not far off on anything else.
Yeah.
And the extra wizard makes sense.
Yeah, I was really hoping that would be there. Yeah.
I just don't know if it is a knight or if it's just some other type of fighter class, maybe, so that you still have the 4 heroes, but you don't have a barbarian, or he's a barbarian with a shield to complement the female barbarian from the Frozen Horror. So then you got a male version that's holding a shield.
Well, that does get out an interesting point. Why would they only show the wizard and this particular scout-like character? Why not show all of them?
Because maybe they don't have all of them.
Well,
this is what they get.
It's the other theory, yeah. So whatever fell on the factory floor, whatever they printed out before somebody said, "Hey, what are you guys doing? Stop that!"
These ones are the ones that get out. They got smuggled out.
Yeah. And again, I'm not praising these people or saying that what they're doing is legal or right, but it does give us information. So yeah, I guess we can't really assume for sure, 100% certainty that these are really what we're going to get or really what we think they are. I mean, for all we know, that's not the female wizard and that's not the male scout. It might be some totally different character, but it looks to me personally, it looks enough like it that I'm ready to say, yeah, it is. And I don't know the answers to those other questions, why there isn't a halberdier or a crossbowman or a swordsman in there. I mean, what's missing from the first light lineup roster?
For all we know,
the barbarian's not
be
there.
Yeah, they could be discarded prototypes.
Oh, say that again, Bohemius?
For what we know, could be just discarded prototypes. So they're not the one that make the cut for the production, but they are being produced to test as a prototype. So they are original, yes, but they are prototype. We don't know yet if they are.
So the leg might be pointed the other direction. The staff might be different. It might be small changes that we don't discern.
Yes, maybe they're discarded from the production. We don't know, but for sure they're original.
And what were you saying there?
99%.
Sorry, yeah. And Jacer, you said because they're red. Finish that thought.
I said yeah. I said, and then thrown in that it's red, like. You know what I mean? Rather than being gray like all the other mercenaries.
Yeah.
Not a big sticking point because they have moved colors around in the past or whatever. But then, like I said, the female wizard, I just thought went towards Wizards of Morcar, maybe throwing us a female wizard or a wizard pack, nod to a wizard pack.
Yeah, because I agree with that. Because there was never any indication that we were going to get a female wizard ever. It's just that it was in the HasLab campaign, so a lot of people were like, okay, that's natural, that makes sense, so where's my female wizard? And it was like, we got the one from the elf pack was just a reverse, because originally it was a female elf, but because we got a female by default, it made sense to have a male elf. It's like, okay, you got them both now. The female barbarian was included in the original Frozen Horror, just they made her red instead of blue. Okay. Wizards of Morcar, though, didn't have any female hero. The female heroes were not a part of the European packs. Now, I was about to say every expansion has had a new hero, but not necessarily. I mean, Keller's Keep, Return of the Witchlord didn't. Of course, the originals didn't. Verg is here. Thanks. Yeah. So it's a cool thing. It's appropriate.
Yeah, but Mage of the Mirror made the elf, right? So we are missing just the dwarf female from maybe another quest.
Yeah, and it's true. We got the Explorer was kind of a dwarf character, and we got a male and female version, and we got the We didn't need to get a male and female berserker, but we did. So Verg's comment, he says, Kurgan, if
But
you
they're
scroll up in
different characters.
Discord, I've removed the background and tried to clean up the colors to see as much details as possible from them, not that it tells anything new. Yeah, I think I covered it, but I can go back to it if you don't think I gave it a fair enough shake there. Let me just... I'm going to swing back to the HeroQuest fans Discord. Rumor mill. Again, this is highly speculative. This is the first bone we've been thrown in a long time. And it's so coincidental because it's like Doug is like, oh, can't tell you anything, you know, and Ribby's like, sorry. But I think is this the one? Yeah, this is the one. I mean, he doesn't look like he's got any helmet on. It's hard to tell if he's balding or if he's actually bald. He's got the pauldrons. He's got some kind of, I don't know, some kind of like, not a loincloth, but I don't know what you call that cloth thing coming down. It's really hard to see. Like a sash. Got the boots, like you said. It's got the little...
Yeah, I mean, and it does look like that Guardian Knight pose without a cape.
Like you take the helmet off. It's Sir Ragnar. Guys, it's Sir Ragnar. Of course, he was shown with a beard, and this guy doesn't have a beard. Or if he does, it's a really small one. Soul patch or something. I guess it's not... He doesn't look like he's got scale armor on. It looks like he's just wearing just cloth or leather, except for the shoulders, gauntlets, something on the knees. But I'm sure a lot of detail is lost here. We don't know what the shield looks like on the other side, but I mean, it would be a fair guess to say it has a lion symbol. Did you do this? I thought he did the same thing with the wizard one as well. Oh, there's the comparison. The leg pattern.
Yeah, just scroll down
Laced
for
up.
the wizard.
Oh yeah, so you got the knee pads. This looks like Gambison, this like quilted padding.
It is, yeah.
And then you got the boot plate, and you got the why am I forgetting all my armor terms? Pauldrons, and then the fan braces. Some armor person can correct me on all that. Is that the first one? I thought I saw another. Verg, didn't you do one of the wizard too? I thought I saw that. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it's got the dagger hanging down. Oh, there you can see the hair. It's like definitely like curling down. Not to say a guy can't have hair like that, but that's sort of a stereotypical like female do.
Yeah, it's the belt, not the dagger, but yes.
Oh, I see what you're saying. That's just the fold of the belt coming down.
Yes.
Oh shoot.
Medieval belt didn't it? No, I don't know. I always called the buckle. No, not all of them have they're just like a hoop.
Just tied in a knot or something.
So they do a knot. Yes.
You got the cape billowing out. Got some nice boots. You got the stick. And this part right here, this sort of almost makes it look like an axe or something, but that's just, I think that's overlapping of the figure next to it. Yeah, that's the flame from the first light wizard just next to it. So, I don't know. I like this better than the mythic one. And it does have sort of that classic illusion. I mean, she had her hand out too, but it was more like, I'm pointing at you because I'm casting the spell that direction. Whereas this is more like, hey, I'm about to do something.
Yeah, the wizard sculpt, I never liked it. The wizard sculpt of the Ashlab campaign. Mm-hmm. Male or female,
right.
they were.
There's the belt. Yeah,
I never liked it.
Belt coming down. I guess there is a buckle, but it's like the excess of the belt is just the slack. It's just coming down. And there's a little pouch with a little potion in it. Original wizard didn't have that. He had a proper buckle. He had fancy boots. Yeah. Well, if this is legitimately the scout, then I wonder if we'll get 24 and 4 new sculpts. And I mean, if they'll swap all of them, so I guess the crossbowman was male, so he'd be female now. Halberdier was female, would be male. Swordsman was male, would be female. And then you could partner them up. You could have the red and the gray side by side if you wanted to build a small army. And of course, the stats were completely different than Frozen Horror. Well, we could do an entire video on it, but any other comments before we get into our game? Before we move on?
Well, the implication on the fact that there's a wizard is huge because it's going to change a lot. It's going to tell us the hero in this pack is only the wizard probably, and right. Some people already said that it's going to be like an hybrid of wizard quest pack for that reason.
To make room
because
for
it's going to be
other characters.
Well, it's like to complete the package, no? To complete the Frozen Horror with the Barbarian, and the Mage of the Mirror with the Elf, and now they're going to use this box with the Wizard to concentrate and give something more for the Wizard, even if it's not exactly the same package. I think is huge. Otherwise, we will see like another spellcaster. Remember the interview with Doug. They talk about another kind of spellcaster, but this one doesn't look like another kind of spellcaster. This is the wizard.
Yeah, and the scout. I mean, to Jacer's alternate theory, what if that's not a scout? What if that's some new type of hero? Don't know if it really strikes me as paladin or I don't know. Doesn't look like a ranger. I mean, it could be.
That's why I said it was more of a fighter, but like I said, they just did a berserker. But then it could be, like I said, the barbarian, because the female barbarian had the shield and the sword for. So, like I said, it just could be another style of that. And the same thing with them giving the dwarf a shield.
Yeah. What if you turn the shield around and it's got a big star on it? Like maybe he's like Captain America. He throws the shield. I don't know. Gladiator.
And like I said, when it had, like I said, the knight feel, and the knight really only starts with a shield and a short sword anyway.
Was there a character called Pit Fighter? Or what am I thinking of? One of these games.
Pit Fighter. Could be, or even just fighter, gladiator.
Yeah.
Could be another knight, like a crusader.
Advanced Hero Quest or something.
But I like that the wizard has like the classic wizard pose from like the old school with regular staff, the arm more up in the air like a fist.
Well, and if the High Mage, I mean, we don't know what the new designs will be like for the 4 sorcerers, how closely they'll mimic the old ones. But I mean, the High Mage had a pointed hat, and he had a big beard, and he had his fingers, 2 fingers out, pose, and then he had a staff with a crescent on the end. And the staff with a crescent on the end was what they decided to give the heroic wizard ever since the HasLab campaign began. So maybe having 2 characters with that same exact kind of staff, one good, one evil, was not what they wanted to do this time. I mean, is that a standard like wizard type weapon, or does it mean anything? I guess if you want it to mean,
it means a lot of stuff.
You like
okay, if we are talking about the College of Magic of Warhammer, everything on the miniature reflect the lore. Okay, and the High Mage, they are in Warhammer. Practically is a mage that can use all the school of magic. Okay. So, to channel the magic, you need different items. So you see the staff is the stuff of the moon could have different symbology, but it is the stuff of I don't remember now. Celestial is the Celestial College, but he also got like a key. on his
Oh yeah.
on his belt. He's from the Bright College, the ring from another college. You have a multitude of symbology that make you think that he's an eye mage because he got different school of magic. Okay, showing on the miniature. Of course, Avalon Hill cannot do that because they don't have that kind of lore. They are not following the same lore, so they can use any kind of
Making
symbology.
it up as they go along. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, but for example, this wizard doesn't have any staff, any moon. Is it the wizard, or is it like an apprentice wizard, like a mercenary? We don't know yet, but there's the
Magical
possibility. That's why I
Magical
want to talk about
mercenary,
it.
like the Wizard
Yes,
Quest pack.
there's a possibility because, or this one is a wizard quest pack. Okay, is it a new version of the wizard quest pack, or that one is an apprentice? I don't know which one is the option that I like the most.
The existence of these miniatures to me, again, assuming it's not an elaborate hoax, is that this tells me Avalon Hill is working on these things. They're making these things actively in the factory. And because of this, these bootleggers are scavenging those pieces. So whatever it's intended for, there's a real product coming out. Because they wouldn't have to send these to the factories to make them, right? They could just sculpt them in a house. They could design it on a computer. They could 3D print it. I mean, they could do all kinds of things. But this, to me, says something in production. So whatever it is, it's coming out soon. So if it were a Wizard Quest pack, that would be amazing. That would be fantastic. That'd be awesome. I mean, and Carmine, when he was with the company, was talking as if he downplayed the idea. Like, no. If we did it, we wouldn't do it that way because people don't know about it. It's unfinished. It's broken. We would focus on, something that people expect. People demand a certain level of quality and so on. But if you took the 10 Wizard quests and threw them into Wizards of Morcar, that'd be 15 quests. I mean, that's one less than what Jungles of Delthrak had. And if you take away the 3 solo quests, I mean, that's 12. So it's not that far-fetched. And yes, you would be adding like a half dozen unique sculpts. I'm kind of questioning whether you would have a full complement of like both expansions together, though. And again, why aren't we seeing more of those? But we're only seeing 2 here, so I guess it's not definitive either way. Berg has a couple of comments. Sorry, I may not have heard anything you said beforehand. Well, that's okay. Looks like she has a satchel on her belt. Yeah, could be. Just like the HasLab art. It's extremely similar to the Mythic. Mostly it looks like the head and staff changed. Well, if that was their goal, to say, as Carmine would have said, maybe there's legal reasons why they can't give you the one-to-one perfect, exact HasLab stuff after they just got done saying it was exclusive.
Yeah, I think it looks more like a nod to the original.
Yeah. But I'm fine with it being a redesign. I mean, if they just took the HasLab one and just like, okay, they moved the leg, they changed the hand a little bit, and then release it, it's like, that's fine. That'll make, people who missed out happy. But I'd just rather it be an improvement. I mean, it's kind of like with the Druids. Like, yeah, I guess for the people who wanted the old Druid, like, I'm disappointed that they didn't get it. But we get a better looking Druid, in my opinion. A tweaked Druid. An improved Druid. Yeah. Although I think the HasLab female dwarf and female barbarian looked pretty cool, and I wouldn't mind seeing those come back. So if they can find a way to get them back in, that would be awesome. All right. Have we taken up enough time on this topic? Should we move on? Or any closing thoughts?
Not that I can think right now.
Still in shock. Okay, so Jacer's going to be the dwarf, and you're going to be the wizard. We've got our heroes for Jungles of Delthrak.
Yeah.
All right. And the music you're hearing from Suno.com. Lyrics by me. So created with the assistance of AI. We're live on Twitch, not live anywhere else. Let me get our screen back here. All right, so when we last left our heroes, you were playing in the playground of the Witch of the Weird. Looking for the Witch of the Weird, and it ended up on my turn, Sargon's turn. So before we get started, any questions about anything as far as your characters? I guess we're gonna have to wait on the Berserker.
No. Just give me a rundown of the spell that I use, please.
Sure thing. Okay. Oh, and the ambience, the jungle ambiance you're hearing is from the HeroQuest companion app. Just running that in the background through BlueStacks. Okay, so the wizard has used Ball of Flame, Courage, Tempest and Genie, Heal Body, and Rock Skin. So you've got one of each of Fire, Air, and Earth left.
Okay, thanks.
Our combat music going. Alright, so if anybody wants to join us in progress to take over one of the heroes, especially the Berserker, that'd be fine. Otherwise, we'll just put a little torch where he was. Just a moment here. Okay, so the Berserker was right here, and the Saber Fang that he was controlling was there. And this raptor is actually being controlled by the good guys. I put a little yellow collar around her so that you know that that's friendly. So we got the dwarf over here, we got the wolf ally, we got the wizard, and then we've got the other friendly raptor. This Abomination has only one body point left. The Chaos Warrior up here only has one body point left. With the Abomination, I think I'm going to go ahead and attack the Wizard. Jacer puts on the Braces of the Wild, dons helmet, slides on ring, and equips shield. Steels himself for battle. Okay, one Skull Wizard. Ching, no damage. Okay, not much he can do there. I mean, he's only got one other square he can move to. I think the Chaos Warrior, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess he could start advancing since the Berserker's not here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, heroes. I guess Bohemius, you're first. I mean, if you guys want to change the movement order, just let me know.
I don't think so. I'll move first.
Okay.
So that one is the only enemy because there's some mess. And now we remember where we are. Okay, okay.
Yeah, there's Chaos Warrior here, Abomination here.
Yeah, let me attack with the dagger.
You've done a lot of exploring since you first came in.
Reroll.
Okay.
Reroll 1. 1 skull.
Alright. So 3 defense. Got him.
Well,
Seeing the wolf has taken 2 damage so far, I
yeah,
believe.
I think I have the raptor. Yes, so I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He moves 8, right? The raptor.
Good question.
So I'm going to attack.
Thanks.
I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to go close to the Chaos Warrior. Attack and try to run away. Roll 2, 1.
Okay. Ching! No damage.
So I move 1, 2 to the right. The leftover movement
Hit and run.
and pass. Go, Jacer. It's all yours.
All right, I move 3 north and shoot at the Chaos Warrior.
Okay. Crossbow.
Two skulls.
Ching! And a hit. Got him. Okay, you've cleared the board of enemies for the moment. Alright, and we got the wolf and the other raptor.
All right, let's have the raptor move to the unopened door and open it up.
Okay. Opens the door. Because they can do that. And the room is revealed. Let's see what you see. Okay, there is a tomb. What usually accompanies a tomb? Bunch of undead monsters. So you got some of these skeleton archers. As well as some skeletons, standard skeletons, I guess. Or might be advanced skeletons. And a mummy. Let's check and see if they're elites. Okay, so the mummy is elite. And so is the skeleton here. Alright, and I'm going to say these are advanced skeletons, so they can attack diagonally as well, but only that one is elite. Okay.
Yep. I'll have the raptor attack and run.
Raptor attack. attacking the mummy.
Yeah, I don't think the raptor can attack diagonally.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's just the wolf and the saber fang.
Two
Okay.
skulls.
Nice. Nice attack. Ching, and a hit. Did you say the raptor's going to move off after the attack?
Yeah, north and east, next to the other raptor.
Alright, and then the wolf, which has taken 2 body points of damage, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, the wolf will go 3 to the right and 1 north. And he will attack diagonally.
Oh, just heard a potion being cashed in. Thank you for that. Ah, Wardecon's buying potions. Okay, let's see what we got here. Potion of warmth for somebody. That's 1 healing. Potion of skill. That's another one for the dwarf. Okay, so 1 for the dwarf, and then who gets the potion of warmth? I guess it would be the wizard, right? Because the only other hero in play. Okay,
Yeah, I'll take it.
sounds fair. Good. So the dwarf, oh, he has 2 potions of skill total now. Let's see.
Yes, correct.
And you still have charisma and luck. And did you cash in the championship belts, or do you still have it?
I think I still have it.
Okay.
I didn't cash it.
All right. Well, look down. Is it still there? Blinded.
I have it written. I have the well, I put Dwarven Champion belt.
The Dwarven World Champion, Underworld Champion, World's End Champion. Cool. Okay. All right.
And that was the attack from the wolf.
Let's see what he gets here. Oh, I prolong the inevitable. I will kill him. He was killed.
And that brings up to your turn.
Very well. Okay. Well, in that case, the archer is going to take a shot at the wolf right from there. One skull. Oh, too bad he wasn't a monster. Gets 1 more damage. So he's got 2 left, I believe.
Yeah, to give this 5 total.
Yeah, okay. Let's move this archer 1, 2, 3. And he's going to fire at the wolf.
There's nothing I can do to try to make them look at the dwarf to try to get the belt, is there?
I think that's the only target he can hit from here. 1, 2.
Okay, yeah.
6. Yeah. What do you roll for defense as the wolf?
It's 3 attack, 2 defense.
All right. By the way, I've been observing the incapacitated rules for the mercenaries and the animal allies, but not for the heroes. So he might still have a chance, even if he dies. Okay, ching! He survived. Well, for the moment. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess the skeleton is going to go for the dwarf. He sees that gold and he's compelled to go for it, even though he's undead and shouldn't care about such things. But you never know. He might be a wight. He might need to bury that gold deep down after wrapping you all up in it. Okay, so he attacks. Black dice, 2 skulls, dwarf. Ching, no damage. Advanced skeleton. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't reach the dwarf, so he'll attack the wolf.
He can, because he can do diagonal, because he was advanced.
Does the skeleton move? Oh, does the skeleton move 6 or 5?
6. Zombies 5.
4, 5. Let me check something here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, so he attacks the dwarf. Sargon's like, what are you doing? 1 skull. Ching! No damage. Lucked out there.
Excellent.
Okay. That's all I can do is Zargon, so heroes. Wizard.
Okay. Move 7. I think, yeah, so give me just a second. I'm going 1, 2, 3 to the right and 1 north. Then attack this as elite.
Okay.
One skull.
Alright. Got him.
The raptor attacks this. Yes, attack the skeleton.
Okay.
2.
Got him.
And then where I'm going to move. Move him moving 2 squares to the left, 3 squares to the left, and that's it. Pass. 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. Your turn, Jason.
Alright. The dwarf will move 4 to the doorway.
4 to the door.
And I'll shoot at the closest one. The closest skeleton archer.
Okay.
Nice. 3 skulls.
Yeah, not much you can do about that.
The Raptor will move 8 spaces just north of the skeleton and attack.
Bold. Okay.
Nice, Tyson. 2. Both claws.
Got him.
I'll have the wolf move 2 spaces north. And that'll end my turn.
Excellent. Okay. Zargon's turn. You've eliminated all the monsters again. Well done. That was an heroic effort. Draw a card. Oh man. Log trap. Pick 3 squares in a row on the board. Any hero monster on the squares must roll 1 combat die to lose 1 body point on a skull. Suddenly a spiked log rolls from the ceiling.
I will definitely use the luck then.
Oh!
And that will leave me with the charisma that can be used for beasts. And
Now the wizard also has luck too, right? You guys ended up with 2. I think. Okay. Alright, so it falls, but clearly it's like an old rotten log, and it just, pieces of it are laying everywhere. It was going to drop on the wolf. So, it's got a chew toy now. Very nice. And yes, I'm using the newer, newly printed Evil Wizard deck with some new cards taken from Ye Olde Inn. Okay. Alright, that's it. So, back to the heroes. Looking for that Witch of the Weird.
Yeah, I give my luck to Jacer last time. It's his card. I cannot take it away from him.
Oh, okay.
So I'll move inside this room with the tomb and search for traps.
Okay. No traps are detected in the room.
And pass. Pass also with the raptor. And your turn, Jacer.
I'll move in 2 spaces to the other side of the wizard, and I'll do a search for treasure.
Searching for treasure. Alright, you find a dog. Barks at you. Maybe that's the wolf. Oh, no, we'll draw you a card. Jewels. Oh, I forgot to ask you about a bonus search. There's bonus searches, by the way. There's like 2 of them. But you found jewels. A small wooden box. It's very simple and very simple looking, very old. You discover it's lined with velvet. Contains very small jewels worth 50 gold coins. Could also be a nice dice rolling box too. And that's 50 for you. So 1473, I think. All right, and then your animal
Yes,
companion.
that is correct. Let me use one of the bonus searches while I'm in here.
Okay. Thanks, Grimlore. Appreciate that. contributed to the arena battle. So whatever happened to that 2,000 gold coin limit? I mean, he donated 2,750, so it must not be just 2,000. I don't even know anymore. I mean, contribute as much as you want. I appreciate it. It's going towards the next arena battle. We're getting close to the end of both of these quest campaigns. Okay, so this is a bonus search. Safe. So we ignore the wandering monster. Draw again. Gold! Amidst old rags, tattered fur robes, and soil blankets, you find a collection of 15 gold coins. So 15 more for the dwarf.
All right, 1488.
Yep. All right, there's one more bonus search left.
I'll move the raptor up next to the open door by the other raptor. And up the wolf move 3 to the right. And I guess he can sniff that northern hallway.
All right. All right, you don't see anything new that you haven't seen before. Just to remind everybody, you did come in through the steel door to the north. There's walls on either side. Down here, you found this big, huge room with the ape. These two rooms have not been checked yet. And then there's 2 walls down here. Just because you see a tree doesn't mean it's a dead end. It could be something. But, alright. Looking for the witch. Okay, my turn. I'm so excited about these cards.
Yes, it is.
To draw another deadly card, potentially. Alright, there's a tremor. Everything around you shakes violently and a wide crack opens. Place a pit trap tile on an unoccupied square on the board. Okay. Oh! Thanks, Bohemius. Oh man, yeah, those sound alerts not working is a problem.
Yeah, I was trying to. I instead hit it the 2000. I hit the 250 individually, and didn't let me buy more.
Oh, what were you
So
going
I
for?
don't know. I don't know. I already done it. I don't know. I don't know how he donate more than 2000.
Oh, he's special. Well, whatever your secret is, be sure to share with the rest of the class. Okay, so unoccupied square. Let's just put it right here, just to be annoying. Okay, all right, that's all I can do. Hero's turn.
We must go out there, right? Which can you zoom out a little bit the map? I want to see. I don't remember where we start.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it feels like a clue now that we're gonna have to head in that
We
direction.
must go on the left side, right? Where all those traps are.
That's not a trap. That's where the berserker was. But yeah, these squares are hindering terrain. That's a pit trap.
And that's a big trap.
Yeah.
So, where am I?
Right there.
Down in the tomb room.
There. Okay. So we must go there, right? In that direction, because there's a closed door.
Unless there's a secret door in this room, yep.
So I'll use the cloak of shadow. Yeah, let you explore this room while I explore the other one. I'm going 3 north. 6 to the left.
6 to the left, you say?
Yeah. Left.
Oh, right. The other left. Okay. So you enter into the room.
What do I see?
All right. Your feet are hot. There seems to be some kind of flaming pool. Oop. Let me get it ready.
What?
Yep, a flaming pool that you've stumbled into, shall we say. Where did I put that? Oh, there it is. So he seems to be getting a bit of a hot foot because there is actually one of these that he's standing in. So you got to roll 1 combat die to see if you take damage. And you can also see that there are monsters in the room as well. Alright, you took 1 body point of damage, but you can keep on moving, it doesn't stop you.
Show me the monsters. Okay. So there's no space for me to step anywhere.
But you can keep passing through them because of your powerful...
Yeah. How? I mean, I had to roll the movement right now.
Yeah.
Right? So...
thanks, Chewy Banana TV. Appreciate that. Awesome.
At least I got an 11.
Plenty of movement.
So I moved 9 until now. So I can move 2 extra squares. I gotta play it safe. So do I have a potion to get move more?
You do have a portion of warmth. You sure you want
to move to get extra movement.
Okay, no. You have a potion of speed, you have a potion of airwalk. 2 potions of airwalk, actually.
Okay.
Smoke bomb.
So let's do the potion of speed. We roll an extra 2 dice of...
Yep. Oh, you have dexterity as well. Sorry, I forgot. Whichever one you prefer.
Yeah, I prefer the speed. Right now I need only speed.
Okay. Little snake eyes. Dice.
Another.
Yeah.
An extra 9.
Okay, so you have 11 more squares you could move.
I have 20. I moved a 9 until now, so I'm going 1 to the left.
Okay, you're still inside the fire.
So I must roll again.
Well, that's a good question. Let me see what Doug's copy says here. Let's see. Bonfire. A creature that moves through the bonfire must roll 1 combat die. If they roll a skull, suffer. Oh, you can't actually end your turn on it. You have to move through it. So I think you just roll once. So you can keep going.
I move an extra square to the left.
All right, you're in a new room. Let's see what you see. Okay. In this room, you see there is a closed door, and also it looks like, where is it? I'm just gonna say it looks like a gargoyle statue, but as soon as you step in front of it, it comes to life. And it's this glowing, like, monstrosity.
What a bright corner of the map. I'm going 1 square south.
Okay. Alright, so you whoosh through the wall. And what do you see? Well, I'll show you. This new room. Alright, you behold.
I thought we already been in this room, but
Nope. It appears to be some kind of dwelling.
okay.
Alright, and you also see a rickety old table. Surprisingly ornate throne. And this mystic looking figure right here. Steal the rug! Thanks, Grimlore. Jagasu says you can assign me a token. Oh, yeah, I gotta work on that. Yeah, for the people who have the 4 years. What were you gonna say?
Is this figure very weird?
Kind of weird.
Kind of weird. Okay.
All right. Okay, so
It look
this is-
friendly or
the Witch
not?
of the Weird is surprised. Sits at a small rickety table. Oh, she's sitting at the table. Okay, excuse me. Where are my manners? Welcome. Okay, so she's sitting at a rickety table. She's shuffling a weathered deck of cards and regards you with an indecipherable gaze. So she quickly gets the poker face again. Dappled light flickers over her features as she deftly deals the cards. Nice of you to drop by. Have some stew. Did you come alone?
I came here with my twin sister.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah. We see the candy outside.
Oh, that old gingerbread house prank, a classic.
Ah,
You know, could be worse. The house could have like chicken legs that it walks around on. All the different witch tropes. Okay, well, yeah, you seem to have discovered the Witch of the Weird. You didn't do anything else on your turn?
I don't know. Do I have to spend an action to interact with the witch?
Sure. We'll just say you're just kind of hanging out for now.
So I don't know. Should I? I'll move one extra square to the left and pass.
All right.
Yeah, because I already used my action. So
Yeah. The raptor wants to do anything?
well, the raptor is actually hanging there, waiting for Jacer. What he can do? Go, Jacer. It took enough time. Your turn.
All right.
All right, and 2 for bracers.
Ah.
So let me do a search for secret doors.
In here? Okay. No secret doors detected in the tomb room.
All right, I'm going to move up into that center room. I guess I'll move 11 spaces and go around that suspicious tile.
All right.
The raptor will move through that room, also around that suspicious tile.
That's 6.
And 2 more north.
8.
All right, and then the wolf will move north, and then towards the raptor for the rest of his movement. I think it's 10.
Yep. I think you're right.
All right, and
I think
that'll
it should
end
be
my
less,
turn.
but it's a lot. Yep. So you can run and help you. Okay. All right. Zargon's turn. Okay. All right. The witch is going to ask a question. So whose side are you on? To the wizard.
Which side? Cider.
Are you with Zargon and his forces?
No.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so? All right, she does some kind of like she hits a little button on her chair, and you hear. They'll get like blown up. Sorry, I was playing a lot of Night Trap, so maybe a trap door opens under each of them, and like steam shoots up. All right. Well, you're welcome in here. Bring your friends in too. All right.
Yeah, he got short legs. He's gonna be here soon.
Excellent. All right. Hero's turn.
So, should I wait? I cannot interact anymore with her, right?
You can if you want. It's your turn.
Okay, we play. Let's let the witch read the card for me.
All right. Oh, you want to play some cards, do you? So she starts like dealing the cards. So he's like, "What? Solitaire is not your thing? You got some kind of fortune teller doing card tricks?" She does like a couple like really amateur-looking card tricks, very unimpressive. Okay, kidding
I
aside.
like Morse Minesweeper.
Oh, that's a good game from another galaxy. Okay, and then she gets serious for a second. Okay. Threads of time extend before you, twisting and intersecting. If you wish to know more, sit.
Where?
Right there. Suddenly this like
Oh.
ornate throne appears.
Oh, wonderful! I sit on the throne that magically appear.
Perfect. Okay, so she says, yeah. She places a card on the table, and you're just going to have to use your imagination. The cards that I'm laying down are not exactly what you see, but it just kind of remind you of what you could be seeing. Okay. First card she places bears a jagged crown. Ah, this thread. In this future, you hurl the diadem into the rift. It will stop the dread blight in its tracks and protect the jungle from future encroachment. Yes, but it will not heal the grievous wounds already inflicted on this place. Interesting. So she lays that one down. Oh. She places a second card on the table. A thorned flower. Grasping towards the sun. If you follow this thread, you will fight a calamitous creature. It cannot be truly defeated without the petals of the nether bloom lily, and the realm has not seen one in a dragon's lifespan. Her lips twist to the whisper of a smirk. Luckily for you, I have one in my garden. Ah! If you succeed, you shall wholly cure the dread blight, healing the ravaged jungle. But the future is uncertain. Chagasu, can I join? I'm in the voice too at the moment. One free token. Oh, you were talking about joining the quest. Yeah, you can come on in. Sorry, I did not quite understand what you were saying there. Yeah, if you want to take control of the Berserker. Chagasu, you there?
Yeah.
Hey, welcome. First time in the chat?
No. I've been here several times.
Oh, excellent. Well, welcome back.
Before, yeah.
I thought your name sounded familiar.
Thanks.
But, yeah. Maybe the first time I've heard you speak?
No. I've been speaking.
Oh.
Yeah, I just I have a different microphone, I think.
Oh, yeah. It was like you sound like you got the radio voice. So great. Sounds much better.
Yeah.
All
thanks.
Right. Well, cool. Okay, so yeah, you can take control of that character there. And
okay. All right.
We're kind of towards the end here, so I mean, good to have you either way. But yeah.
No problem. Just a little bit of fun is always okay.
Yeah.
Don't have to be so long.
Yeah. Well, we've discovered the Witch of the Weird. She's laying down these cards. I mean, if you trust her. So she's talking about, okay, future is uncertain. And she lays a third and final card on the table. It depicts a withered hand grasping a rotting skull. Something glimmers in its hollowed eye socket. She raises her eyebrows. This is an unexpected strand in the yarn of time. Yes, I see it now, a future where you may both heal the raised jungle and protect it from future dread incursion. But the cost is high. You must sacrifice both the sapphire skull and the ember-wrought diadem. I wonder, heroes, will you pay that price? She slams her hands on the table, grinning at your reaction. What tapestry will you weave, heroes? You must decide. Select the card of your choosing. She just kind of sits there.
Well, higher risk, higher reward, right? So we have to sacrifice 2 items to actually have the best outcome. So I'll vote for that. What do you think, Jacer?
I'm good with that. You're holding both items right now.
And Berserker? What is thinking?
The newcomer, what does he think?
I don't know. Right now, it's confusing right now.
Well, the jungle's been afflicted with this blight, so even though I haven't been showing it, you've been seeing these like colors everywhere, and there's like crystals growing on all the plants and some of the animals too, and it's something to do with dread magic. And so this idea of cleansing the jungle is a big deal. But yeah, according to what she's saying, that first one, you'll fight a calamitous creature. Or no, that's the second one. Yeah, the first one, yeah, you hurl the diadem into the rift, so you would lose that. You'll stop the blight in its tracks, protect the jungle from future encroachment, but it won't heal the wounds that have already been inflicted. The second one, you fight the calamitous creature. You need the Netherbloom Lily, which she has. You could cure the blight, heal the jungle, but the future's uncertain. And then in the last one, the unexpected one, cost is high. You're going to lose the Sapphire Skull and the Ember Diadem, but you would protect it from future incursions as well. So yeah, it does seem to be the best.
Oh, well, the question is how strong he is, or she, or whatever.
Yeah. All we know about the Witch of the Weird is that she's apparently been opposed to Zargon for a long time. She's been considered a formidable foe of his powers. Especially since the tipping point was the jungle's destruction. She was really upset about that. But she's been holed off in this area. A lot of the traps and things were set by her to protect herself. So, yeah.
So it's well, right now it seems like, for me, it seems like you should take him down somehow. To not to lose something.
Yeah. All right.
So yes, whether we take the third option, it's going to be a big sacrifice. Okay, but I'm going to do it. Important for me is the grog at the end of the adventure.
You were having a lot of fun destroying enemies with that skull. I mean, it gives you like 2 attack dice at range. Yeah.
Yes, but
the story you can tell at the tavern, all that grog. People would be buying him round after round to hear those stories.
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking forward for that.
Yeah.
Imagine the story. That time I had to sacrifice very strong item to save the world.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, let's see that Sapphire Skull. Well, I can't show it to you. I destroyed it. I mean, like, come on.
Let me take a picture.
Yeah, maybe he invented it quickly.
Okay.
Paint it. Get a lithograph made.
We do. Yeah. We take that option.
Okay. What about you, Jacer? I mean, your vote still counts. What do you think?
I'm definitely with the last option.
Okay. So, I mean, it would be unanimous. Does the Berserker have a difference of opinion? Or is he going to go with it? Thanks, Wardicon.
Let's go with it.
Small chance of survival. Overwhelming odds. What are we waiting for? Okay. All right. Okay. So you choose the third card. She's like, oh, wow. Didn't expect you to actually choose it. I mean, she slams her hands on the table, grinning at your reactions. Okay. The tapestry has been chosen. The witch and her belongings disappear in a blink, leaving behind only the soft glow of the nether bloom lily and a weathered map bound with twine. So, whoosh, whoosh. Whoa.
Get the rug
The rug disappears too.
before it disappears. No.
Oh! Oh, what a shame. They stole the rug from the other. Well, they reclaimed it for the people.
That was a beautiful rug.
Yeah. Fire goes out. Okay. Well, I mean the door is open. I mean you guys can just wander in. See what you missed.
Yeah, pass to Jacer so you can explore.
I'll move. I guess. I got 14 movement, so I'll move to that the room with the empty fire pit.
Okay.
Oh no, I meant the one where the fire just went out.
Oh, I was thinking of the fireplace. Sorry. Like, well, I mean, I guess. Okay. So you enter into here. Oops.
And I'll search it for treasure.
Okay. All right. Is this the bonus search or just a regular?
I'll do the regular search.
Okay. Wandering monster. While you're searching, a monster stalks you and attacks. All right. It's funny. All right. 2 abominations pop up. I guess this one's in the pool. All right. They seem a little scorched, like they originally had flames and it's all gone out. They attack. Okay, so the one to the right attacks first. 1 skull. Wrestling move.
Let's do tombstone.
All right. Ooh, Zargon upgraded the monster. All right, he's damaged as he springs back up, though. He like kips up, and he's got his powers again. Ha! Ah! All right, now the one to the south attacks. Two skulls. All right, what do you got this time, Jacer? Ooh, 2 hits. Okay, that's the end of that, but you still have your animals, right?
Let's move the raptor. I guess 8. I guess put them between the berserker and the Saberfang.
Okay.
And the wolf.
A little crowded.
I guess he'll move right to the hindering terrain. And we'll pass to the berserker.
All right, Jagasu gets a turn. The mighty berserker. All right, you need a rundown on anything the berserker has at this moment.
Yeah, attack dice. Many.
Okay, so as far as your powers, you've got Frenzy left, which is only if you're 3 or fewer body points. You can do a 360 attack. You have, let's see, Broadsword, Bastard Sword, which is slightly more powerful. That's your strongest weapon. Oh, Longsword. Okay, and you guys are going to have to remind me. We were saying that with his attacks... Oh, thanks, Vorticon. Oh, combat dice color change. Ah. Color. Okay, black dice.
Yeah, I think it was like purple dice when he was low on health.
Yeah, that sounds right. Let's see. 2 black dice for X, recover, da, da, da. Just purple. Okay, so if he were to attack with, let's say, a Bastard Sword, he could use all black dice, or he could use 2 blue and 1 black, right? This is our own homebrew upgrade, but we're still kind of working on it. Let's say that. Okay. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what you decide if you want to keep the purple or not. I would advise to change it to purple, but
I kind of like
they're
purple.
too strong. You like it?
Very strong. Well, we're at the end of the
mean,
quest, so maybe we'll work on it next
Yeah.
time. Okay, so
So yeah, change a couple of purple.
Jagasu, if you want to,
Oh.
so it's exclamation point HQ roll space 2 space purple space 1 space black for your attack roll. And you could use your, I'm not telling you what to do, but you could, if you use your frenzy, you do a 360 degree attack, so you could actually hit that monster right there.
Oh, from that position.
Yeah. So like the diagonal.
Oh, okay.
You'd be using the long sword.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think it's a good option to try to attack him because the dwarf is in a really sticky situation right now.
Yeah. All right.
So I'll do anything I can help. So HQ roll space purple, right?
2 purple.
Purple.
Yeah.
2 purple and
1 black. But make
1
sure you
black.
put spaces between the numbers and the colors. It should work.
Okay. So I attack the guy.
Ah,
Oh,
okay. 1 skull. All right. Still.
1 skull.
Something. All right. So he's an elite. He's damaged, but he gets 3 blue dice. Let's see what he gets. Oh, ching! He blocked it. He survived.
Oh my god.
But I wasn't thinking about your potions. You do have a couple of options here. And in fairness, since you're joining late, let's see. You have Icy Strength. this would allow you to roll twice as many skulls, or basically
Okay.
double your damage if you use that potion.
Okay.
And let's see, the
And
battle rage would be 2 attacks per turn. But I mean, your second attack would just be like a regular attack. So I mean, do you want the guaranteed damage, or do you want the possibility of another?
another attack. Okay. If I can go for the battle rage, then I could take the another attack.
Yeah, this one would be 2 purple and 1 white if you did this.
Okay.
Okay, so you want to do that one? Actually, you could combine them too, if you really want to go nuts.
I was gonna say if it was combined, wouldn't it all be the black color change dice?
Because it would be all
So-
one attack. Oh, you're right. Yeah, it would be treated as the same. Okay, I'll allow it. Yeah, just
Okay,
roll
so,
2 purple and 1 black again,
Uh.
and then we'll double the results.
All right. You will get this time.
Oh, okay. There you go. So 5, so 10 damage. Yeah, you got him. Overkill, but can't be too careful these days.
Can I? And I have to roll the red dice, right, to move.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
HQ move, space, and then the number 2. Or with the exclamation point. Yep. Okay, you got it. Perfect.
I will move next to the. No, I will move next to the monster there.
Brave. Okay. Okay. And then you also have a Saber Fang under your command. And Jacer, do you have the Saber Fang stats there to remind us? He can attack diagonally, he can hop over pits. How many does he attack
I
with?
think you know, two attack and 3 defense.
Okay.
But I want to say it's the opposite of the wolf.
Yeah. Oh, but he can't get close enough to actually attack. I mean, unless you change your mind, you don't. If you didn't move there, you could have your animal come in. But on the other hand, your animal is pretty damaged, so he might get killed. I don't know. It's up to you. How many body points does the Saber Fang have total, Jacer? Is it 5?
I think it is 5.
So he's taken 3 damage. He's got 2 left. I don't know. It's Jagasu. It's your call. Of course, I guess this
At
way
this
you're
point-
protecting him. So, I mean, I can only attack one or the other.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay there so we can take him out.
All right. Very well. Okay, if you're done, it's my turn. So I'm gonna attack. I'll attack the dwarf.
Yep, shiny belt.
Shiny gold, can't resist. 2 skulls. Ching. Okay, 1 damage. Dwarf goes down. Unless he's got something to save himself, which I would be shocked if he didn't, because I see a 3 there. Alright, what are you using for a healing?
The potion of healing +4.
Okay. right, and what does that leave you with? You've got superior restoration.
Hold on. Turn that flashlight back on. Yes. I used that one up, so I have superior restoration and a 1d6. And that's all my healing potions. So I should have 2 left total.
All right. So that's pretty good. Okay. All right. So he lives. He lives. All right. That's really all I can do. So back to the heroes. Wizard. In the empty room.
Do we have like a way to get out from here? Searching for secret doors.
Well, I think at this point, you've chosen the card, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I think the card is going to open some kind of like magical vortex. You're going to be teleported out of here to your next destination.
Ready to click my heels?
Together 3 times and think of home. No place like home.
So, well, let's click the heels.
All right.
Knock the skull and twirl the diadem. Let's see what happens.
All right.
We put the diadem on the skull.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. Okay. All right, and then the raptor.
But the raptor is going to try to keep help there. There's only one monster there.
Yeah.
Well, he tried to go in the direction of the portal. There's no space. Going all around. Right? Yes, avoiding all the traps.
Okay.
And pass.
All right. Chaser.
Let's switch to the battle axe.
Oh wow. And remind
Nice.
remind me why it was for. Oh, you did Joe's dice. Ah, got me there. Okay, 3 skulls. Very nice. Ah, got him. Sinks down into the murky pool. Got him. All right. Well, it looks like this is your cue to exit. Unless you're thinking, finally, now we can raid the dungeon for real. We can loot everything.
Yeah, let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's move 6 spaces into that next room by the other open door. And I'll do a bonus search for treasure.
Bonus search. Safe search. Okay. Purchased for you by the crowd. Okay, a sacred plant. Elven healers have been using this plant medicinally for centuries. Consume at any time to restore 1 lost mind point. It could also be used as a reagent to craft a potion of restoration or 1 holy water. Sacred plant ingredient. Alchemist ingredient.
And we'll bring the raptor towards me.
And is that what you want?
Yes. And then we have the wolf.
This is the one that was summoned with the Fang Warden armlet, right?
Yeah. So I don't want him to die because then I got to wait 2 quests to use him again.
Yep. He sneezes. Oh no. Caught a jungle sickness. Just kidding. All right. And then the wolf.
Just south of the dwarf. I think he has 10 movement, so it should get him south of the dwarf.
I mean, he could go as far as there. You want him to be just one step ahead?
He can go 2 if he had to have the extra.
All right. He starts barking at the rift.
Yeah, I don't know if he avoids the hindering terrain or not. I don't think he does, so that's
No.
why I wasn't sure about the count.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. He doesn't. So he'd be here then. Yeah. Good point. I forgot because he was standing on it. All right.
Yeah, it's one of the, that's a weird thing. Like if he enters it, or is it one to enter, one to exit, on how to count the 2 spaces.
Yeah. I think it's like the icy squares. It's like 1, 2, and then you move off of it. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's what I said. It only throws me is when you're going into it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Do you go into it and stop because you don't have any more movement, or or can you not enter it at all?
Yeah. It's whatever I say it is, but yeah, we kind of want to understand that. All right, Jagasu, you're up. Oh yeah. No monsters
okay,
are alive.
now it works.
Yep.
No monsters are alive. Okay, so I have how many move points I have right now?
You can roll 2d6 for movement.
Yeah,
Or
or
you can move 12. Yeah, you can move a full 12 unthreatened.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I will take my mighty longsword and put it above my head, and then I will scream and run towards the exit.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, I gotta play that one clip. Hopefully, I don't get flagged for this. It's called Arnold Scream. Anybody remember? Okay, get ready. Dun 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 dun. If you're not listening to the Twitch, he's like Predator. All right, so you teleport out. All right, and the Saberfang. What do you want the Saberfang to do? I guess she can get close, but not quite. Is it 8 or 9 squares? Sorry, I legitimately don't have the cards with me. I'm not sure where I put them. We'll just say it's 9. If I'm wrong, we'll just correct it next time. So, Jagasu, do you want the Saberfang to move anywhere? Or? I think you might be muted.
I will.
Oh.
Yeah, some kind of problem with my mic. I don't know why it sometimes mutes. So I'm so the Sabertooth, he is going to well, since everybody is going for the exit right now, I'm going to move it for the exit too.
All right. He hisses at the little portal. Okay. Alright, Zargon's turn. Where's that blow up dungeon card that I printed out? Oh, 10 movement. Oh, thank you, Jacer. Okay, so one more. Wow. So the Saberfang and the Wolf both have 10. Amazing. Okay. That would be great. Okay, normally this is for mercenaries, but I'm gonna play it anyway. Lure of Chaos. Alright, so I'm gonna try to call one of these animals to my side. Let's just pick one at random. Okay, so the wolf. We'll call the wolf. If it's a black shield, it becomes mine. Yes! I did not expect that to work. Alright, your animal friend has been tempted by chaos. Okay, alright, that's the end of my turn. Heroes. Dwarf still in play.
The raptor run in the direction of. I cannot pass there.
Oh, I forgot about your raptor.
So, yeah, the rappers realize that he's living in the jungle, so you can just
be free.
just yes, run in the bushes. Well, we run in the direction of Laser and pass.
All right, now Jacer.
All right, I'm gonna, I guess, turn my battle axe on my dog that just turned into a dire wolf.
Old Yeller's gone rabid. You know what you got to do. All the kids are gonna cry, but had to be done.
2
skulls. Okay. All right. This will be just 3 defense. Right, and as it crumbles to the ground, it kind of starts to shrink in size and kind of like licks your boot a little bit, and then it dies. Aw.
Can I use my charisma to bring it back?
Yeah, I forgot you do have charisma. Yay! The kids are happy again.
All right.
Might as well.
And then me and my animals run into the portal.
All right. Get warped out of there. Startling turn of events. Okay. All right. And Berserker, your Saberfang awaits.
I just remember this scene of John Travolta where is everyone? This GIF on the internet.
Looking around.
It corresponded with the raptor so much. Like, where is everyone? So yeah, since I'm going out. Actually, maybe that's the one. Like, where is everyone? Since Raptor is so far, I will, just in case, stay here and wait the Raptor to catch up.
Very good. Okay, because I get to draw another card. That really doesn't do anything. Okay, back to the heroes. Wizards, Raptor.
Yeah, Raptor tried to run to the portal.
All right.
Didn't pass.
All right. Saberfang.
So, Saberfang now gently sits down and waits for the raptor to go to the portal.
Aw. What a loyal friend. Okay. All right, my turn. Drawing another card. Would have been great earlier. Okay. All right. Wizard Raptor.
Well, the raptor passed close to the Saberfang, tell him loser, and jump inside the.
It was like the Roadrunner. Okay.
Ah, good luck.
The Saberfang grabs from his tail and lets him pull to the portal.
Like, all right.
Pokemon fight.
That would have been a perfect lead into the arena battle. It's like you each get an animal and you fight each other. Let's think about that for the next one. Okay, well, congratulations. You've completed the quest. I know we drew that out a little longer, but rather than start one right at the end, I will give you a prelude of things to come. Now, before the next quest, this will be your last chance. And I will let you next session, of course, but this will be your last chance to actually shop in this expansion.
Oh.
Yeah, last chance to visit their armory, last chance to visit the alchemist shop. That's the warning. Okay, so you've chosen the third card. And so I'm going to see what the next quest will be. Do you want to hear the preview of what's next? What comes next?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You asked for it. Now, other people may have chosen different paths when they play, so you can tell all your friends this is the one you took. The Crossing. So this will be the 9th quest, The Crossing. After vowing to sacrifice the ancient treasures to cure the jungle and banish all dread chaos from the land forevermore, you now find yourselves at the lip of a chasm, seemingly endless in depth and darkness. It is what lies between you and the heart of the dread blight, and you may shudder to realize the only way across is a perilous and weather-worn suspension bridge. The bridge is flanked by hordes of Zargon's underlings. Fight your way across and find the stairway that will deliver you to your final quest. Alright, and this is one of those two-parters that you'll be starting. So from the last 2 quests, your body and mind points are not restored when you cross between. And after you've visited the armory and the alchemist shop, you can't visit it again for the remainder of this adventure. So we'll leave it at that. I want to thank all our heroes for joining us, and Jagasu with his new microphone, which sounds amazing. And Jagasu, since you joined us late, did you get a chance to see the leak photo? And did you have any thoughts you want to share about it before we close here?
What?
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, if you have a few minutes,
Yeah, of course. I have.
Okay. So, Wizards of Morcar, we've been talking about a lot, and there was a picture that appeared it was on Facebook, but it was purporting to be from AliExpress, where a lot of these like bootleg figures have appeared for HeroQuest. And here, let's show you what we saw. Okay, why is it not? All right, let me just get the image back again. So I did a quick video about it, kind of a half-baked reaction. Where is it? There we go. That's the image that we saw.
All right. Okay. Those are What? Those are. Oh, there's a. Oh, old wizard with the new one. That's a confusing picture.
Yeah. So it's fun having you react to it in real time. So the one on the far left, we've never seen before.
Yeah, yeah,
The ones in the middle are First Light, and the one on the end is First Light.
Ye-
This other one we haven't seen before either.
yeah,
And there's
yeah.
already
It's
speculation.
it's a older version of the from the older version of the Hero Quest game, but it's on a round base.
Mhm.
It was on a square base
Yep.
on an older version, but exactly the same. Exactly the same. Yeah, that's the one.
Yep. But we were.
But it's kind of made like new,
Yep.
like tweaked a little bit and made it more modern.
Yep. Let's take a look at some of the. I know this is a rehash for some people, but I think it's still fun. So I'm going to go into the rumor mill section of HeroQuest Fans Discord. What have I missed? Says Fairweather Man. Yeah, he'll have a video out. His will be higher production values than mine. That's just the way he rolls. Okay, so we look at the female wizard, and there is this suspicion that, yeah, see, there's the old wizard art. Looks very similar.
Yeah, very similar.
So this was Verg. He tried to like clean it up a little bit, so you get, I mean, longer hair, maybe a little bit of a bosom there. So we're thinking female wizard, maybe. This means we finally get a retail version of the female wizard. Again, assuming this is legitimate, which I think it is. One of the speculations was maybe Wizards of Morkar will have a hero in the box, and what more could be natural than to have a wizard, and it could be a female wizard. So maybe that's what this is. The little belt, the way it folds, we were thinking that is very reminiscent of the artwork, because if you look at the classic wizard, okay, you don't have any fancy belt stuff, right? But the staff looks the same.
No.
But then check this out. From the HasLab campaign, she's got this little thing here, this little pouch. Now the staff is totally different, of course. It's got the longer hair. Maybe.
So the Wizard of Morkar is not out yet.
Right. It's not.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
this figure kind of, I mean, Verg tried to clean it up. So you got the sword positioned up here, got the shield in the back, but it looks a lot like, as Bohemius was pointing out, the female scout from the Frozen Horror remake. Very similar. The way the feet are placed, the pose very similar. Now the shield is flipped to the back, of course. One other thing I was looking at, so if you've seen Highlander, you remember the Kurgan sword has the daggers that pop out of the crossguard. You can't really see it well in this picture. I'm going to show you. Okay, so this is the scout from the Frozen Horror, if I can get close enough. So you see a little bit of that detail on the sword.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see those things poking out.
Yeah, but it's even more pronounced if you look at the card art. Doesn't that kind of remind you?
Yeah.
I mean, you got the tapering of the blade there. That's different.
Yeah.
But still, very close. So it's
very
like,
close.
Okay, maybe it's the same character. Maybe it's similar. I mean, Wizards of Morkar had the mercenaries that you could hire. 92, the first time. I think it was the first time for Europeans that you guys got those. So maybe the stats are different, but still. Yeah. So
Wait. It will be a wait.
yeah. Well, Spiel Essen is October 23rd, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days from now. And that's coincidentally the date when the review embargo, which they accidentally told everybody existed. Because when HeroQuest Italia was doing their presentation of the Wizard Quest pack prequel quest that Luca Paschi wrote, they got a notice from Hasbro saying, you guys know the review embargo hasn't ended yet. And they were like, doesn't end until the 23rd. And they're like, well, we weren't even talking about that. It's like, oops. So that makes us think, okay, for all we know, people have Wizards of Morcar already. Like some influencers or reporters have it already, and they just can't say anything about it. But as soon as that convention happens, yeah, they'll probably show it at the convention. There'd be no other reason to hold it back, right? So we don't know what they've been told, though. I mean, when First Light was being shown by one of those influencers, if you remember, like he just said, "Oh well, I can't reveal what's in this quest book, but he did this." And as he was flipping through it, like people were freeze framing and going, "Oh, okay, there's that page, and oh, we can see it, we can zoom in, we can see." So I'm just imagining like a day of that kind of stuff. So I'm excited, and it speaks to one of the theories that we had, which was some people were afraid, including myself. Well, what if they just decide to go cheap on us and make it, Mercenaries cardboard, or what if they just give us the same exact figures as before? But the fact that it's in red, I think is good because that's how the original was. I like that. And if it's a different sculpt, I mean, this implies that the others would be different as well. Right? So if they swap it male and female with each of them, you'd have like a matching set at the end. So
well, definitely, it will be worth the wait.
I think so, absolutely.
But the main thing for me is I hope that they will, if they release it, they will release make the when the original HeroQuest when I got my order here, then I opened it up, then all the characters were like bent, and all the swords were bent and everything, and it all looks so ugly. I hope they will improve this in the future, like the compound of the plastics or whatever they have to improve to make them look a bit better.
Oh yeah. Well, I think I don't know how many of the expansions you own or have looked at, but I think that process is already beginning. Because you're right, there absolutely was some quality control issues. Like pieces were badly glued, they were bent up, like you said. They were in those really tight, I call them the candy trays. You had to yank them out of that plastic, and they were just crammed in there. The packaging has improved quite a bit. So like they re-released the game system in 2022, and the figures were very loosely in there. Like you didn't have to apply force to get them out. They had like a little clear layer that kind of like held them in there. I think most of the sets have done that. Usually it's like the figure that's right in the center is tight, but the rest are pretty loose, so they're not as bent. And Jungles of Delthrak, I think the plastic is a little more stiff. It's a little less bendy. I know that's a preference thing, but I think there's some better. So I think you won't have to worry in that area. Now these bootlegs, if you were to get them from the AliExpress person, whoever they are probably not not of that quality. But you never know. I'm with you though. I hope that they go all out. I hope that it's worth the price. I've even said, listen, I don't know what the tariff situation is like now, but if it meant that to get the same level of quality, it had to be like $50 instead of $45, I would pay it. Like, I would think it would be worth it. 60 is pushing it. I mean, that's more. Let's see. First Light was closer. No. First Light was 50. 60 is more like Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion, which is a similar size box, totally different company. That only had 5 plastic characters in it, but that was, I mean, it was a heavy box. It had a lot in it. Or so did First Light.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, it'd be nice if it was just 45. I'd prefer to pay 45, but if it was a little more, I'd still do it. I've also said, I mean, if they make the stuff domestically and it costs more, I wouldn't like refuse to buy it. I would get it. So
In my opinion, despite the quality, everything else, despite the quality of the miniatures, everything else is really cool. Like always has been like the expansions and everything. It's for me. I think it's very cool what they've done. It's all game and the way they made it again is it's cool. It's cool. Well, I think I have only the main system, but I've seen the expansions too. On the internet, and I have them here in my country sold, and I think they are worth the price. But I haven't had a chance to get those yet.
okay, and forgive me once again if you said already where you were from. Where do you hail from? You don't mind?
No problem. In my country we say that if you have to repeat things, then you will eventually get smarter.
There you go.
So I'm from Estonia.
Estonia. Ah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, very good.
So yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to remember. Was that one of the countries that had HeroQuest back in the day, or was it? Or was this?
Yeah. We had back in the day. I think we didn't have, but in Finland we had it.
Oh,
Since
yeah.
since my father bought it from Finland when he was working there, and he brought it back home, and he translated everything on it into Estonian, and so we managed to play it like several times.
Very
And
cool.
it was quite some fun, and that's where I was like, I have to get this game, and so my father has a full set of the original old game.
Very nice. Well, there's a lot of stories out there of dads on business trips bringing HeroQuest back because the home country didn't have it. So it's just kind of a cool thing. Yeah, and the translation.
Yeah.
That's extra effort. That's great. Cool.
Yeah,
and now you get to experience it again. Yeah.
Yeah, and before I bought the new version, I made an entire game out of paper and cardboard, and made those miniatures and ordered some dice from eBay and AliExpress, and made it like complete. But before I could like finish it, I somehow someone stole it.
Okay, this is sounding familiar. Yeah.
Someone like stole it, and I was like, oh, how, where, why, like why? It's it was almost a ready game. I had all the missions, quests on it, and it was really, really cool. I even had the chance to play it with some friends.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was really, really fun. I spent like 60 euros building it.
Well, I hope whoever has had your ill-gotten set changes their ways.
Yeah, I hope so.
Maybe they'll pay it forward in a good way. It's like, you should get on eBay and see if you can see it.
Yeah, he's a one lucky mother.
All right. Yeah, that's not a good trick to play on a friend or even a stranger. Well, appreciate you sharing your thoughts. Okay, well, I guess we continue to wait for Wizards of Morcar. It's really cool to play with you all as always. sad to say that we won't be having a live stream next weekend or the following weekend. So we're taking a little break. So the 24th, 25th, you'll just have to do other things. And the 31st is Halloween, so I'll be trick-or-treating with my niece probably. And on the 1st as well, doing other things. But I still, on the Tuesdays that are coming up, so my work schedule hasn't changed. So the 21st and the 28th, I'm hoping to do something with Strange Bus. Maybe we'll try to do that game book reading that we talked about. In the past, we read spooky books or played spooky games on the Rantcast podcast. But anyway, that's the plan. So just check the schedule if you want. But yeah, we will have to start again in November 7th with Against the Ogre Horde and Jungle's Delthrak once again. All right, and we'll plug the things we usually plug. So I saw Grimlore in here earlier. Zargon Goes On and On. Check it out on YouTube. Warbuilder J22 or 22J for Jacer on YouTube. Ribby is at Bourbon and Board Games. I know he was on earlier another time. And let's see. You guys have anything else you want to plug at this time? HeroQuest related? Or you got any channel you wanted to share?
Check the HeroQuest channel if you haven't already. That's a really nice place.
Oh, which one? Mine or one of the other ones?
Yeah, all the channels, like
Oh yeah.
where the main channel and your channel, of course.
Yep.
There's so much things you can find, and also don't forget Yeldin.
Yep.
That's one of the greatest places.
Yep, I still love Yielden. I post there regularly. I don't post on like the Facebook groups or Instagram or Reddit, but I know there's people that hang out in those places exclusively. Hey, whatever you prefer. But yeah, there's a few other Discord communities. There's Mentor Study. There's just HeroQuest. I think that's the one where people play Tabletop Simulator. The Amalgam Archive, where Amalgam Ash hangs out. That's AshQuest on YouTube. He's got a large community. There's a few other places. There's some places like in Telegram. Yeah, I couldn't name them all, but I mean, there's ones that are like not English speaking. So there's like a French community. There's Italian. There's Spanish. I'm sure there's a German one too, probably. But yeah, we keep it going. So my personal opinion is, and I have a feeling that they're going to continue making HeroQuest even after this Wizards of Morcar comes out. Some people are saying this is probably going to be it. Like they've wound down to this point, and maybe they're thinking, hey, go out on a high note. And I mean, there'd be nothing wrong with that. You know, if they're looking for an end point, this would be fitting if they did it. The last box that most people remember. I hope they don't. I don't think it will. I don't predict it will. I mean, I think they've shown that they can create new things and have them appeal to people. But all things come to an end, so I guess we'll just wait and see whether it's successful and whether it keeps on going or what. And I've said before a million times, even if they made a decision like no more new expansions, that doesn't mean they can't keep selling the old ones, right? It wouldn't have to go completely out of production. I feel like Hasbro at any time could decide they want to just end the franchise, but I think it would be short-sighted if they did that. I feel like it's just getting started. Like, as far as a lot of people are concerned, it's just getting started. Like, it's just coming into retail stores. A lot of people are still waking up to the fact that, oh, HeroQuest is actually back. Like, I can actually buy it. It isn't just some obscure thing that I have to go on eBay looking for. So hopefully they don't make a decision like that and just cut it off. But we haven't heard anything official. And I think Doug has said we'll just keep on doing it as long as we can. Yeah, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Yeah, the community is growing day by day. All the board game communities are gaining some popularity every day. It's a growing community. It's really cool.
Yeah.
To see that we're still
Yep.
we're still holding on to these old games and bringing them up front.
Yep.
This is very, very cool. And Hero Quest is one of those games that is so simple, and because of that, you can play it however you want.
Yep. There's so much you can do with it.
Yes, that's right.
So that's from Ribby. He 3D printed that for me. It's got a magnet. I've got it sticking to my lamp. Well, and a lot of people, I know this. We got to wrap things up, and I got to get to bed. But I'll just say this: I know a lot of people have said, "Hey, the board game industry has suffered a lot lately. They made a lot of bad decisions, and the tariff thing happened, and COVID is over, and so people are like not playing as many board games. They claim. Well, it's not that they're not playing them; it's just that they're not buying as many. But then you also have the growth of 3D printing. So I think whatever happens in the industry is kind of secondary to the fact that a lot of people want to play these games and make these games, and if they just have to print it themselves and play with their friends, they will. So regardless of what Hasbro does or doesn't do, we'll keep it going as long as we want to. And yes, people who realize the creative potential of these games and maybe realize that, hey, you don't have to wait for the company to tell you what to do when it comes to your game and how you want to play it. The more people realize that, the more it can flourish. So yeah, the fans will keep it going regardless. So cheer up. Don't worry. But yeah, hopefully they knock it out of the park with Wizards of Morcar, and it shows that industry-wise it is still worth supporting. Yep. All right. Okay, well, thanks again, guys, for playing. Good game, everybody. And we can see who we can raid. Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yep.
it was short, but it was fun.
Good. Yeah, sometimes I worry. It's like our streams are so long. I'm like, oh man, people are gonna think I gotta show up for the full 3 hours. Nah, or the full 2 hours. You just come and go, whatever you want to do. We'll fit you in if we can. All right.
Yeah, you're the. I think you're the only one, I think, who actually like streaming it regularly, like playing it.
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure how regularly he does it, but the Smoking GM, I've seen him do quite a few Hero Quest games. He does them on YouTube, though, mostly. I think he does it on Twitch as well. But he uses Tabletop Simulator, and then Danu Eldivel, he doesn't do his in English, but he knows a little bit of English. But he's streamed quite a bit. Of course, usually it's like we're on opposite schedules, so I don't get to see him or raid him. But I think there's a few other people. I just don't know how.
Right.
I'm paying attention to what I'm doing, so I'm not always seeing what necessarily they're doing. But it's not as lonely as it used to be.
Yeah. Anyways, good job.
Thank you.
Anyways.
Thank you. Okay, so let's see. For other streamers tonight, so Official Mia Yims playing Silent Hill F. Audimus Prime is doing Scary Day Until Dawn, whatever that is. Bengus is playing World War Z Aftermath. Okay, so everybody's playing like spooky games. Well, great. Super Game Station Retro is playing Final Fantasy II Pixel Remaster. Okay, so not scary, but Icon Ataki is doing Fortnite Solo Series. So, I don't know. Anybody got any preferences? Silent Hill, Scary Day Until Dawn, World War Z Aftermath, or Final Fantasy II Pixel Remaster, or Fortnite.
Final Fantasy is the one. It's the most popular one.
Okay. Any other thoughts? Any other suggestions?
Yeah, Final Fantasy is fine for me.
Okay. So Final Fantasy 2. All right. Well, I really have no preference. If I was going to stay up, I'd probably play Night Trap, but I need to get off the stream. But I'll go ahead and set up the raid. Thanks again, and we'll go ahead and raid. Let's see. That was. Oh, come on. Super Game Station Retro. Invalid username. Oh, come on. Alright, we'll copy and paste it right off the channel. Alright, get ready for the raid. Stick around if you want. It wouldn't copy. Okay, I know how to do it. Yeah, just first world problems here. Just a moment. Oh, it's just Super Game Station. That's why. All right, there we go. Well, we'll have some editing to do at the end here. That's okay. All right, thanks for joining us on HeroQuest fans. Have a good night. Have a good rest of the month. Raid!
Oh wow. That is old. That is really old.